Nobody impresses anybody anymore. And maybe if they made a side dish
well, they were working so hard on that they forgot to keep scoring. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's why my dad had a horrible Thanksgiving, because the Lions always lose.
You got to be original, baby. You got to be original.
Hey, at least your dad got to see Barry Sanders. He was in the booth.
He was in the booth for a while.
Well, Barry lives there, so we see Barry all the time.
Yeah, I know, but you get to remember back when Thanksgivings were good.
Yeah, he lost a couple, too. But he won one.
That was actually my first pro football game in 1998. Michigan State, going to watch Barry Sanders play.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Best running back ever to play. No disrespect to Emmett, but I am disrespecting him. Barry could have ran for $2 million.
Okay, hold on. Maybe best modern day running back. Jim Brown's the greatest.
No, pure running back. I'm not talking about catching. I get the
15,000 yards, 10 seasons in 153 games.
So you're saying Barry as well?
Great minds think alike.
I believe he is the greatest running back of all time.
Jim Brown pretty damn good, y'all. Jim Brown
was a cheat code, man.
12 or 14 game seasons, I believe they had back then, though.
Yeah.
Moving on
his first 2 seasons.
to the game of the week in the AFC. You got the Patriots visiting the Texans. Say what you will about TB12 and that.
Oh, another guy that used to be good.
And his recent play. So much shade, Nick. Whether it's because of him or in spite of him, he's right where he always is, Nick, on top of the conference at 10-1. This week could, though, pose an extra challenge, as Brady has been limited in practice with elbow issues. The rest of his team seemingly limited with the flu. So, Nick, let's cut to the chase. Who you got in this one, Patriots or Texans?
Man, I've been watching this game for too long. New England Patriots. The Houston Texans, doesn't matter what year it is, doesn't matter how much optimism they got. Remember the year the Texans were, I think, the last remaining undefeated team? Yeah. They got all those fancy Letterman jackets for a nationally televised game. New England then went and whooped them and took the 1 seed right from them. Or how about Deshaun Watson, his rookie season, I think it was. They, early in the year, right after he takes over the starting job, drives him down the field to win the football game against New England. All you got to do is hold Brady for 60 seconds. Nope, Brandon Cooks, corner of the end zone, touchdown, good night, good luck. Or the playoff games where the Texans have been embarrassed by the New England Patriots. They can't beat these guys, and they certainly can't beat this team with this defense this year. You're right, Jenna. I do not believe the Patriots have an elite offense. I do not believe the Patriots in 2019 even have an above-average passing game. But they don't need it in this football game. The Texans' defense, by the way, 31st on third down, 32nd in the red zone, 2 spots that just kill you against a team that is as buttoned up as New England. So for all those reasons, I would be, and I'm more down on the Patriots than almost anybody.
And you're still taking the Patriots.
I would be shocked if the Texans are able to win this game.
I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't think we need to really worry about Tom Brady's elbow. I mean, time after time, when you think Tom Brady's down, he comes back and proves everybody wrong. I mean, he's been doing that for 20 years now. But I put Deshaun Watson in the elite quarterback class. I believe that he's elite. But if you want to be one of the best, I think you have to prove it to yourself and prove it to your teammates and prove it to your organization. And you have, which I think, who is the best wide receiver in all of football in DeAndre Hopkins. If you want to be elite, you have to beat the best, and that's Tom Brady. So I think that they can go out and beat the New England Patriots. It's not going to be easy, but I think that they can get it done. Let
me follow up real quick. We saw Stephon Gilmore erase Amari Cooper a week ago. Just totally take him out of the game.
Right.
You had a lot of these matchups, top receiver, top corner. I thought Troy Aikman during the broadcast last week said something really interesting. He's like, this reminds me of Michael versus Dion, where this was before we knew Amari was going to get erased. He said, where I'm going to throw it to him. He's going to win some. He's going to lose some. My guy's going to win some. He's going to win some. How can Deshaun have more success than Amari did? And, like, what does it remind you of guys you went up against that you knew you were going to have your work cut out for you all day long?
I just think that, you know, from attacking the ball standpoint and going up attacking the ball at the highest point, I just believe that DeAndre Hopkins is a better football player. He's a better athlete. He beats man-to-man coverage at the line of scrimmage. He separates well in the top of the route. And, you know, he has that mentality that, you know, he's a dog wide receiver. You know, he's not just one of those guys that's going to catch the ball and just slide on the ground and go out of bounds. He has a dog mentality. And he's been showing that since day one, since he got into the NFL. He's a big-time competitor. And he takes it personal when teams come up and press him at the line of scrimmage, which every wide receiver should. But to watch Amari Cooper go up against Stephon Gilmore last weekend and get shut out, for me, that would never happen. But I saw it happen, but I do think that DeAndre Hopkins is the best wide receiver in all of football.
Well, you look at DeAndre Hopkins and look at, just body type wise, the difference between him and Cooper. He has a greater catch radius, and he's not one of these guys that depends on the yak after the yards. He's a guy that catches the ball down the field. He'll give you some yak, but he does have that dog in him. You've seen, when they've had these joint practices, him getting in fights and barking back and forth. And also, I think the difference is Deshaun Watson is willing to give his guy a chance. Dak's not a guy that's willing to give his guy a chance. He saw him covered. He didn't give him the 50-50 ball. DeAndre Hopkins has made his entire career of winning the 50-50 balls because he doesn't have elite separation. He doesn't have elite speed, so guys are going to try and challenge him at the line of scrimmage, which I think Gilmore can do, but it could also, bite you because, me playing with Plex, knowing that sometimes somebody think they can get in his chest, and they try and bully, and the bully gets bullied because if you miss or you get out physical at the point of attack, then those are big plays down the field.
One of the issues for the Texans in this specific game, I think, is the Patriots do such a great job of keeping everything in front of them, not allowing the big play. And I think Deshaun Watson will win a league MVP one day. I think he is a great football player. Right now, he has two bugaboos. One is turns the ball over a little too much, and the other is he seems to at times be more accurate on the deeper throws than the little shorter intermediate throws. Like the easier passes at times, he is not as precise with. That's all he's going to have against New England. They're not going to let DeAndre Hopkins get over the top.
Here's the difference, right? Because listen, this is the Bang 8 king. You want to talk about Deion, right? This is the Bang 8 intermediate 15-yard Bang 8. I watched him make Deion pull both his hamstrings on the same play against us, against the Ravens, right? So when you think about DeAndre Hopkins, he's kind of that intermediate 15 to 20-yard guy. But they have Fuller and Stills that can run those safeties off, and you have to respect them. That's where you can either get the Bang 8 or the dagger.
Tell the audience what the Bang 8 is.
A Bang 8 is like a tight post.
It's a 7-step post.
7-step post, or you can go with the 10 to 12-yard dig after everybody clears out, which gives you an opportunity to put Gilmore on his back. And because he's so physical, because he's so big, he can put him on his back and still have that catch radius because he's a little taller than Gilmore. So, I think this is going to be a battle, and strategically, I think that it can cause some problems for that great, defense because they have those two elite. They don't have one. They have two Deshaun Watsons, essentially, that's just going to run the top of the defense off.
If you take all the players out of it, talk about the coaching discrepancy.
Oh, yeah.
Where would you even put a guy like Bill O'Brien up against a guy like Bill Belichick? Or as a player, does that not even factor into it when you get ready to take on another team?
Of course it factors in because, I've played against the New England Patriots more than anybody in the NFL. One thing about Bill Belichick is that he's going to take he's going to take everything away that you do well. I've played him 6 or 7 times, and you're going to see something different every time that you play against him defensively. And I believe that he's going to show Deshaun Watson something different that he hasn't seen all season, and the Houston Texans are going to have to make adjustments on the fly. And when you go make those adjustments on the fly, it just may be too late.